Get out! You're good for nothing but the fires of hell. And why? Are you ready to meet God? It's Matthew 25! God's kingdom is like 10 young virgins who took oil lamps and went out to greet the bridegroom. 5, they were silly, and 5, they were smart. The silly virgins, they took the lamps, but they didn't have any extra oil. The smart virgins, they took jars of oil to feed their lamps. The bridegroom didn't show up when they expected him, and they all fell asleep. In the middle of the night, someone yelled out, "The bridegroom, he's here! Go out and greet him." If Jesus returned this minute, what would your excuse be for not reading the Bible? It's Matthew 25, verse 6. The 10 virgins got up and got their lamps ready. The silly virgins said to the smart ones, "Our lamps are going to be out of oil. Lend us some of yours." The smart virgins answered, "There might not be enough to go round. Go buy your own." So you get to the pearly gates. God says no. It's Matthew 25, verse 10. The silly virgins, they took the lamps, but while they were out buying the oil, the bridegroom arrived. When everyone who was there to greet him had gone into the wedding feast, the doors were locked. Those who seek God at 11 o'clock die at 10:30. It's Matthew 25, verse 11. Much later though, the silly ones, they showed up and knocked at the door, saying, "Master, we're here! We've got the oil! Let us in!" However, he answered, "Do I know you? I don't think I know you. So stay alert. You have no idea when he might arrive." Are you a good little saver? I got a book about saving. This is one of my favorites as a child. This is Matthew 25, verse 14. It's also like this. A man goes off on an extended trip. He calls his servants together and delegated responsibilities. To the one, he gave $5,000. To another, $2,000. And to a third, $1,000, depending on their abilities. Then he left. Right off the bat, the first servant went to work and doubled the master's investment. The second did the same. But the man with $1,000, he dug a hole and carefully buried the money. Do you invest in stock or do you invest in crypto? Matthew 25 verse 19 is all about a return on your investment. After a long absence, the master of those 3 servants came home and wanted to settle up things with him. The one he gave $5,000 to showed him how much he doubled his investment. His master obviously commended him. Excellent work. You've done your job well, and you did exactly what I asked. From now on, you're going to be my partner. The servant who was given $2,000 showed how he'd also doubled the master's investment. And again, his master commended him. I knew I could trust you. Good job. You've done your job well, and I'm also going to make you a partner. The servant given $1,000 said, "Master, I know you have really high standards, and I hate careless ways. That you demand the best and make no allowances for error. I was afraid I might disappoint you, so I found a good hiding place and I secured your money. Here it is, safe and sound, every last cent. You can't please your boss, so how can you please God?" It's Matthew 25, verse 26. The master, he was furious. That's a terrible way to live. It's actually criminal to live that cautiously. If you knew I was after the best, why did you do less than the rest? The least you could have done would have been invest this sum with some bankers, where at least I would have gained some interest on it, even if it was a little bit. Take his 1,000 and give it to the one who risks the most, and get rid of this play it safe employee who won't go out on a limb. Throw him out into utter darkness. Spot the difference. Jesus talks about separating goats from sheep in Matthew 25, verse 31. When he finally arrives in blazing beauty, with all the angels with him, the Son of Man will take place on his glorious throne. Then all the nations will be arranged before him, and he's going to sort the people out, much like a shepherd sorts out goats and sheep, putting the sheep on the right and the goats on the left. You meet a lot of interesting people at the station. There's definitely a herd mentality. Jesus is talking about just that in Matthew 25, verse 34. Then the king will say to those on the right, "Enter, you are blessed by my Father. Take what's coming to you in this kingdom. It's been ready for you since the world's foundation, and here is why. I was hungry, and you fed me. I was thirsty, and you gave me a drink. I was homeless, and you gave me a room. I was shivering, and you gave me clothes. I was sick, and you stopped to visit. I was in prison, and you came by to see me. Then those sheep who were going to say, Master, what are you talking about? When did we ever see you hungry and feed you, thirsty and give you a drink? And when did we ever see you sick or in prison and come to you? Then the king will say, I'm going to tell you this, the solemn truth, overlooked or ignored. That was me. You did it for me. Then he will turn to the goats, the ones on the left, and say, Get out, worthless goats! You're good for nothing but the fires of hell. And why? Because I was hungry and you gave me no meal. I was thirsty and you gave me no drink. I was homeless and you gave me no bed. I was shivering and you gave me no clothes. Sick and in prison and you never visited me. Hey, are you ignoring me? I shouldn't be surprised. They also ignored Jesus. It's Matthew 25 verse 44. Then those goats are gonna say, Master, what are you talking about? When did we ever see you hungry, thirsty or homeless, shivering or sick or in prison, and didn't help? So that is it. Story time. Jesus closes out his final story in Matthew 25 verse 45. I'm telling you the truth. Whenever you fail to do one of those things to someone who had been overlooked and ignored, that was me. You failed to do it to me. Then them goats, they're going to be herded to their eternal doom. But the sheep, they get the eternal reward. So that is it. Things are about to get serious. I told you what was coming. We're about to cover the Last Supper in Matthew 26, and then the crucifixion. It's all gonna get very serious, so I'd appreciate the prayer, I'd appreciate the encouragement, but I want to remind you all, we're on this journey together, and we're reading the Bible all the way through. We still got Mark, Luke, and John to cover, but as always, you don't need me, you need this. That's all I want. Read the Bible, trust in the Lord, die to sin, and remember to keep up the positive.